Traxxas fans do not like, well, I say loyal Traxxas fans or Traxxas fanboys do not like me at all, and more so when I do videos that feature a Traxxas. It's not only the really loyal fanboys that don't like me, Traxxas themselves don't like me. I'm blocked from most of their social media. Anyway, this is the TRX6. This is a 6-wheel drive traction hobby. And recently I did a versus video. It was a very long 40-minute video. If you've not seen it, don't watch this bit because this might spoil it for you. But the traction hobby won. It only won by a very small margin. And I tested them over looks, speed, power, spares, design, performance. I just discounted durability and value for money. And something I've noticed in all the years I've been doing these videos is if I make the tiniest mistake, or if I say something not quite right about a Traxxas product, people just get very upset, and some people get really upset. And I'm not surprised some people don't like me, because in the past I have said some mean things about Traxxas. Although in my defence, I'd say most of it is I'm calling them out because no one else does. In this particular video, I made 2 mistakes. One of them I don't really think's my fault. The second one, absolutely my fault. 100% my fault. I did something, I didn't realise I did it until I'd already published a video and a few people pointed it out. And it was during the speed and power one. I set it up out here and I did like a low down control to see which one had the best control, low down, between the 2 green points there. Anyway, as part of that test, I put a block of wood in front of them. And the point of this was to make sure that at the low speed, it could still crawl. I mean, something could go really slow, but not have the power to like crawl over anything. Yes, I have got a cold at the moment. That's why I might sound a bit funny. Anyway, that's where my mistake happened. I'm going to show you the clip now of both of them doing it, and you'll probably see the mistake I made.
So let's just up the throttle a bit. No, bit more, there we go. Now the back can't get over. Oh. Yeah, well, we got a winner already. I don't know what my camera's doing. I did have on auto track, but it's having a problem. We have a winner, an easy winner.
Yes, I got it wrong. The Traxxas had to get both wheels over, whereas the traction hobby only had to get one. Anyway, we'll redo the test with the Traxxas doing the same as the traction hobby had to do. Then we'll switch it round and we'll do the traction hobby having to do the same as what the TRX6 had to do, which is both wheels over. So this is in low gear. This is as slow as it'll go. And it's still got stuck. Let's try a little bit more speed, a bit more throttle. And front wheel over, rear wheel's not. Bit more speed. There we go. So it still needed a bit more throttle than the traction hobby did, well, to do one wheel. So yeah, if I do both wheels, just to redo that test as I did it in the video. I'm relying on my camera to track this because I'm using 2 hands for a change. So both wheels. Definitely needs a fair bit of throttle. I am probably 20%, 25% on the throttle. Right, so just going to repeat exactly the same as I've done in the first video. It's in low gear, 1 wheel over, as slow as it'll go. Absolutely no issues. That's actually slower, I think, than I did in the first video, but no problems. Both wheels, it's only just wide enough. Both wheels over, low speed. Can it do it? Yep, there you go. It pushed it out of the way then, but just again, just so you can see, I'll try and keep the wheels as straight as possible onto it. It is pushing it a bit, but there you go. No, it's pushing again. You get the idea. That is definitely better. So as far as I'm concerned with that test, no change. Now the second thing I want to talk about is the drag brake. When we were out on the trail, it seemed that the TRX6 didn't have a drag brake. It just rolled down like really easily on the descents. And I thought it might have been in second gear. But there's something that I wasn't aware of, and I'm not blaming myself for this. I'm blaming, well, I'm not going to blame Traxxas either. It was just something I wasn't aware of. But now I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But what I want to do is just show you the drag brake on both of them. Hopefully this will reverse up here. It's going to drag a bit on the bottom. There we go. Oh, come on. Right, so up here, if I let go, I've got no throttle on now, look. Really nice descent. Really nice. Right, we're definitely in low gear. I just double checked. Let's see if this will go up. This has actually got a slightly better approach and departure angle, I think. Come on, get some grip. Oh, come on. Right. Anyway, if I put this at the top, I'll put the transmitter down so you can see, and I'll let go of it. Oh, actually, that is better than it was. It's still not great. Put it in second gear. Yeah, I'm wondering if we did have it in second gear. Yeah, I think we might have had it in second gear, because that is a lot better than it was. It's still not as good as the Traction Hobby. Anyway, if we look in the manual, quick start guide, selecting a throttle mode, sport, race, training, trail or crawl. It's got various modes, and the default mode it's in apparently is 4 blinks, which is trail mode. Similar to sport, but with added drag brake when the throttle triggers at neutral. This is a default setting for the TRX6 and provides good balance of smooth driving and additional drag brake for descending hills. So obviously while we were out on the trail, if it was in second gear, a few of them descents weren't as good as it could be. So I'll take a hit on that one, that we had it in the wrong gear. But to get 100% drag brake, you need to change it to 5 blinks. So turn it off, hold it on, and we need to wait for 5 blinks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That now, yeah, I can feel it now. Does that change the driving mode, do you think? Let's quickly do this test again. No. No, it doesn't change it. Still not quite. You still need quite a bit of throttle to get it over there. What we're going to probably see here now is it's just going to hold it. I don't even think it's going to let it roll down. Come on, I'm going to do it. There we go. Oh no, it does let it. Well, there we go. So that is a really good descent as well. It seems to get up there easier now as well. That is a really nice descent. I didn't do a proper climb test with them, but should we do one now? Oh, it reverses. Why is it not going up now? It reversed up fine. Bit of wheel speed, there we go. Nice. I reckon that could do it a little bit higher, you know. It was just, oh, there we go. I think is that the limit? Oh no, we can still do it. I think it had a problem with the departure angle then. The rear bumper was dragging, so once you get on there, there we go. Come on, bit of heat in the tyres. I've got all the diffs locked, by the way, for these tests. A few people questioned why we had diffs unlocked on the run. It's a little bit more challenging, and we did lock them up when we needed to, but there'd be no point having unlocking diffs if you didn't use them, would there? Oh, struggling. Come on, come on, come on. There we go, wheel speed and it done it. It just hasn't got the grip. No. Little bit more. Let's get this thing to failure. Definitely having trouble with that rear bumper now. There we go. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, touch the wall. Oh, 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 oh. Right, I think that's... whoa. Yeah, I don't think the Traxxas... Come on, yay! Last go. I'll measure the angle in a minute. Let's go a little bit more. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Let's put this down to try and help with that approach angle. Oh, that didn't help, did it? That's 52 degrees. I don't think that's bad for a big heavy thing like this. That is pretty impressive. All right, we'll do it with a run up. It'll do it with some speed. Whoa, 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 whoa. 54 degrees. I think we'll call it if it does this. I'm not going to keep going. It's struggling anyway. Once you get some heat in them tyres, it'll go, I reckon. There you go. Look at that. It will hold it there as well. If I just stand the throttle a little bit, it's holding it. Yeah, I think it's that tape. Once I get over that tape, if I stop it there just after the tape, look, you do a really nice slow crawl up there. 56 degrees. Wow. When I do these versus videos, I do it as fair as I can. If I make a mistake or I don't quite get the right information, then that's on me. But I don't purposely try and fiddle the scores. So even after retesting it, it still didn't do it anywhere near as good as the Traction Hobby. So the scores will stay the same. In fact, we added another element in, which was the climb, which again, it didn't do as good as the Traction Hobby. That could probably down to tyres and weight, but still, it wouldn't change anything on that. The drag brake would have come into performance at the Traxxas one anyway, and I wouldn't have changed the scores because the Traction Hobby is really good. I only scored it down because it didn't quite do as well as the Traxxas on some of the obstacles and stuff. But again, that could be down to weight, tyres and everything. The same thing with the same thing that I just done then with the little carpet climbs. So it probably wouldn't have changed the scores anyway. And there was so little in my scoring anyway, it doesn't really matter. This may come across that I'm triggered by the comments. I'm not triggered by the comments. In fact, I go and bait people anyway when they start commenting. I like to kind of poke the bear a little bit. So for me, I'm not triggered. I wanted to redo the test because I didn't realise I did it wrong. So I've come back to do it to make sure that I do it correctly. And although a lot of the fanboys and Traxxas themselves aren't too keen on me, I actually like their products. I don't like a lot of their business practices, but they don't seem as bad now. They were quite bad a few years ago. Anyway, apart from Tamiya, I think Traxxas is one of my biggest collections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's one down there as well. 13, 14. Nearly missed this one. 15. And I've also got a like a nitro in a box somewhere. 16. I have 16 of their cars. And not only is the Summit my favourite Traxxas, it's one of my most favourite RC cars of all of them. It's awesome. So there you go, redone it and it didn't change the scores. I think what probably didn't help, on Facebook I have a company that helps me. They do like edit some of my videos and post stuff on there for me. And they split, because it's a 40-minute video, they made a couple of like 3-minute videos with this, and they cut so much like context out that it just didn't make sense. It really didn't make sense. I wasn't all that pleased actually, because it did make it look a bit weird. But anyway, it is what it is. If you want to win yourself one of these, there's a link in the descriptions, or $1,000 cash if you don't want either of them. The winner will get to choose either a brand new traction hobby or a brand new TRX6. If you've not seen the video, go watch it. Get a cup of coffee though, it is over 40 minutes long. And one thing I haven't mentioned in this video is straight at the start I knew it wasn't going to go too great, because this is 1/8. That's 1/10. That's another mistake I made. I thought they were both the same size, but they're not. So it was just a bit of fun. We had fun making it, and these two are both really good. Anyway, that's it.